Welcome to Papa Junk Shop. I've got the excavator back in the garage and gonna make some improvements. Not sure if they're actually necessary, but I think it's gonna make matters easier to work with and maybe eliminate some problems down the road. So the choke is kind of a cobbled up thing, you can see here. When you pull the choke, it's in pretty much of a bind. It's coming uphill, it's torquing on this plastic arm there, and it's not really choked all the way, so it makes the first start kind of hard because it's not actually fully choking it. You gotta hold up on the choke lever like that to keep it in place. So it looks like maybe I can lower this down in this other position. It'll put it more in line and maybe get it bent back a little too. I'm going to try that. If that doesn't work, I'll put another hole down here. We'll just move this bracket down some. So I'm going to move that down, see if it makes an improvement. Okay, move that down in that position and reform this a little bit. We're pretty much in line now, and when I pull that, it doesn't torque the arm anymore, and it's fully choked. So I think that's an improvement. Well, the next little thing that I'm going to try to do something about is this throttle control. There's only a small area. Let's see, that's about where it's on idle, and that's about, yeah, that's about full throttle right there. So the little bit that I've operated this, it seems like it was not really a lot of choice there. It was either too fast or too slow. When it's too fast, of course, things get jerky. When it's too slow, you know, you're almost stalling it. Oh, that he's tightened up, doesn't it? So I was looking at this, and I thought if I could shorten the travel of this thing, but it looks like it's pretty much, you're not going to change it. So that leaves this end, and if I made this longer out here, I would have to move the handle up there farther, so that should give me a finer adjustment, but it doesn't look like that would be an easy feat. So, and there's another option back here, but that looks even worse yet. Gonna have to explore this a little more, I think. Well, I think I come up with a solution for the throttle, so you can use the whole travel of the throttle control. And I made this little piece. I made it out of hex just because that's what I had. You could use round, but it's got an 832 threaded hole all the way through, and it's got a 632 down there at the bottom on one side, and then it's got a hole about in the middle, goes through for the actual throttle cable. And how it's going to work is, you'll see when I go over there and install it, but the arm for the throttle, where it comes all the way out to the end, where that little plastic piece is on there to get a grip on it. If you were using the engine for just the manual control, using that. I pulled that plastic piece off and I drilled a hole for an 832 screw, and this is going to sit on there, and then yeah, there we go. Okay, this is going to sit on there, and there's going to be a washer on the top side of it and the bottom side of it. And then once you get it in place, that will actually be the pivot, so that when you move the throttle, it doesn't bind the cable. And this little 632 screw here is going to go in here, and once you get this set, that'll tighten down on this and keep it from turning, keep it tight. And then this 832 screw is going to be the one that secures the cable into this new piece that we've made. So I'll take you over and show you installing it. And I haven't tried it yet, so, but I see no reason why it shouldn't work. Okay, hopefully I don't kick the camera over while I'm trying to show you guys this. Kind of a miserable place to video. So I also moved the throttle cable from up here down here to this same bracket that the choke is on. There's actually two places, and that puts it pretty much right in line with where we want to be. So now we'll see if we can get this thing installed. Oh yeah, this is a little plastic piece that I pulled off of there. That just pulls off. And then I drilled a hole for an 832 screw. And so we put a screw with a washer on the bottom side. And my other washer just decided to escape on us. Okay, there we go. And then we're going to put another washer. And the reason for the two washers is just to give it a little more stability. And because this is kind of channel shaped, it should give it a little more support. So let me just screw this okay. Of course, whenever you're trying to show somebody something, it never goes smoothly, does it? Well, I'm going to have to get a screwdriver, I guess. Okay. That screw screwed right in there before nicely. Oh, yeah, okay, so I screwed this in too far. Duh. Alright, let's try it now. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we're going to tighten that up. And as soon as it gets snug, and then I'm going to back it off just a whisker, just so it moves freely, but doesn't have a lot of flop on it. Now this original one is actually floppier than than mine. Okay, so once we get that, then we're going to tighten this up. Okay, so that should keep that screw from moving. And then this is going to go in here like so. Let me quickly mock this up, because if I put all that plastic crap back on there, you won't be able to see it. Okay, now this is going to go through there. Okay, we got the throttle is all the way back. And this should snug down on that cable. And we don't want to crank it down real hard. We don't want to booger up the strands. So that should do it. So let's try her and see. And that's full throttle. That's back to idle. Okay, so take it off the tripod, take you up on top side. Now, the throttle goes from there to there. Well, that's full throttle. So where before I had about that much movement, where it was idle and full throttle, and you didn't have a lot of choices between speeds, so I think that's going to be an improvement. And that plastic piece, everything should clear because the choke stuff clears. So boy, that's cutting it close, isn't it? But it is choked all the way. Okay, so there's one problem resolved. Got all the plastic stuff, airbox and all that stuff back in place. Everything's tightened up. And let's see, there's the choke. There's the throttle. So we can go a little bit past with the throttle. You can see it torquing it a little bit, but that's printing her all the way. I'll show you on the top side. Yeah, you can't see. Oops, wrong way. I think you can see both parts now. So that's idle. And that's full. Now it hasn't been started, so let's see how we do. I think that's an improvement. And I don't think it's in as much of a bind as it was before. So it may even last longer that way. So I'm happy with my improvements. Let me know what you guys think. I was going to combine a few things all together, but maybe I'll keep these videos shorter, because I know some of the guys don't like these real long ones. So we'll call this one a video. If you enjoyed her, give me a thumbs up and subscribe. Like this kind of stuff, you know, push the subscribe button. It helps out too. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Gonna make some more changes.